Council Bluffs man accused of a murder in Blair is heading to trial. Today, Elijah Logan waived his preliminary hearing in Washington County Court. Logan was arrested last month following a 4-day manhunt. Prosecutors say Logan exchanged gunshots with the man he's accused of killing at a home in Blair. Investigators accuse Logan of breaking into the house, shooting and killing Jordan Ely, and then shooting the mother of his child. Logan is charged with first-degree murder and could face the death penalty if convicted.
We are on first.